Welcome back to the Interviewing People Careercast for highlights from last week's full-length interview with Abbie Mingus Doan, a senior marine mammal trainer at the Indianapolis Zoo. Abbie will be sharing about her path to becoming an animal trainer and more. So sit back, relax, and know you can always go back to watch our full interview if you'd like to learn more. Enjoy the show.
I think a lot of it started because I had never seen the ocean. You know, I had watched National Geographic and Discovery Channel, and living in the Midwest my whole life, it was such a curiosity to me that then I just became kind of obsessed with it. And I learned everything I could about the ocean, and dolphins were like my thing. I would draw them all the time in my notes. Like it was just dolphins all the time. And as I got older, I was very fortunate that my parents were supportive. They didn't know what to tell me. And Van Buren didn't know what to tell me. They're like, I don't know, you live in cornfields. Like, I don't know. So I was very fortunate that people were very supportive and helped me kind of figure out what to do with all that passion that I had for the ocean. So I don't know really where it came from, other than my brain was just like, I just want to know everything about it. And then it just kind of spiraled from there. I looked at Texas A&M. I was pretty sure that's where I was going to go. But then as it came time to figure out that was going to cost some money, in-state seemed like a much better option. And really, I had no idea, but Bowling Green and Ohio University both had marine science programs. Who knew? But I visited Bowling Green, and they had an actual marine lab. So they had like 40 aquariums that students could help take care of, and you learn a lot about animal husbandry. They didn't have a marine biology major at the time. They were in the works of making a specialization. So they have Dr. Mike McKay is a marine biologist, and he was helping to oversee that program and get that kind of going. And they do a lot of freshwater biology, of course, on the Great Lakes. Lake Erie is an awesome resource, and the same things that you would do in freshwater science, you would still apply for marine science. And then they also had a conjunction with the university down in Mississippi, and they would do, you could take courses there and get Fiji credit. So it kind of just perfect that they had that developing program going, and it was very close to home, and I loved it. I would recommend it to everyone. That's just taking care of something. So taking care of animals. So anything that's involved in their actual things that, cleaning their environment, feeding them, training them, which is a little different than like veterinary care. Like I do some tasks that help aid the veterinarians, and I can do things like collect voluntary medical samples and things like that. But my main job is to take care of them directly every day. And that's kind of, husbandry is the all-encompassing kind of term. I got involved with that through the university. So another one of my classmates, she had found out about it somehow. So she actually did it the year before I did, the summer before I did. And so it was an amazing internship. We were out in San Diego, and we had to get like super security clearance. It felt like super cool. You know, we got to go and get like the little special badge. But they train a lot of animals to help with some tasks. So they have dogs that they train. And then of course the Navy is going to be involved with aquatic environments. So dolphins and sea lions can do some tasks just like you would have a dog, an assistance dog do. So nothing like dangerous. There's like a lot of things out there where it's like they go and set off bombs. That's not what they do. But, you know, they're trained to detect if maybe there's an enemy diver in the area. They can use sonar, and sea lions have low light vision. So just using their adaptations to the environment to help the Navy. So I just got to kind of see the animal trainers aspect of that, like how you would condition them, how you would do that training for something that's pretty complex, you know. So it was just a really neat perspective on training that not a lot of people get a chance to see. The summer after I graduated, I actually did an internship here at the zoo. So those positions, we typically have about 4, maybe 5 intern spots in the summer. And those can get pretty competitive, but there are at least, you know, there are at least 4 or 5 positions every summer, and those are 12-week program. And then I completed my internship, went back home, volunteered at Toledo for a little bit, and then luckily I was fresh enough in their minds that when a position opened up, some of the trainers called me and they were like, hey, you should put in your resume, like we're going to get in here. A lot of things. Of course, you could do the research route. So, you know, research from the smallest organisms up to the largest organisms. I know a lot of marine biologists go into kind of a consultant role for some companies who may want to see like what kind of impact are we going to have on the environment, that we can consult an expert who might know, you know, working for something like the EPA or something like that. But I think it just kind of depends on what the interest is of the individual. But it's a big environment, and there's so many aspects of it that a biologist in general can really kind of go in any direction. The first thing that helps set you apart is to have a well-rounded resume. So getting experience as early on as possible. So a lot of zoos, you can't get experience until you're 18 because, you know, you're working directly with animals, it's their collection. But things like the Humane Society, just showing your employer that you don't mind picking up poop and doing all the nitty gritty stuff, because it's not just, you know, like, ta-da, like we're doing all this wonderful stuff. Like my job's gross, I stink, you know, I'm covered in fish every day. And just showing that like, this is somebody who's going to be okay with that, doing the not so glamorous part of the job. Doing internships early on in college is a good way to figure out if this is something you really want to do. So if you think you want to take care of animals, the Toledo Zoo is a wonderful resource. If you go to school nearby, and they have internship programs, depending on what school you go to, there are usually scholarships for those internship programs. So I didn't know about that until I had already completed some. And, you know, once, as far as preparing for the career, that it is a lot of hard work. I don't make a whole lot of money, but I'm very happy. I'm fulfilled. I enjoy my job. I've been here for 13 years now, I guess. That, you know, it is a devotion, you know, of your life and time for not, you know, big monetary outcome, but it has been worth it. And you don't even have to go somewhere that has marine biology. I would say you can even go for a larger degree like biology and then kind of focus from there, because like I said, there's just so many facets of science that you may find that what you thought you wanted to do may not be what you wanted to do anyways.
Thank you for watching this episode showing highlights of the latest Interviewing People CareerCast with Abbie Doan. And to make your Mondays better than ever, subscribe so you can hear more career stories from those who are actually doing the work. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember that the best part about Mondays is interviewing people.